Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Livestyle podcast. The right place to get connection with your audience. Yes, you're in the right place. Come on, come on. In this episode, I will talk with him, the host of the Actor Sphere podcast. Come on, Paul.
Marcio.
Yeah. Thank you for your time here in this event. We are in Podfest 2024 in Orlando. And first of all, what are you expecting of this event?
Well, let me back up, Marcio, because thank you, first of all, for having me here. I just kind of walked into your podcast and you welcomed me with open arms. And I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And you have quite the production here. It's nice and clean and super professional.
Thank you, man. Yeah.
And, I'm not trying to, feed your ego too much, but I do have to say that you've done a very great job.
Yeah, it was a challenge to put everything in a backpack.
Yes.
So, but I think
You did it.
good enough. Yeah, I did it.
Good job, man. Yeah, so Podfest, this is the 10th anniversary of this event. And this is the first year that I've attended. It's the first year that I found out that it existed. I was approached by Buzzsprout, and they offered me the chance to come here by sponsoring me, which is amazing. And I'm expecting to meet wonderful people like yourself, and I'm expecting to not only network, but to gain more knowledge. I've been podcasting since 2016, but you can never learn too much, right? There's always something better to learn. The industry is changing so much and it's evolving. And now with the advent of AI and I never thought that I would be using AI in producing my podcast, the Actor Sphere podcast, but I am, and I'm using AI tools like Opus Clip, and it's creating these social media clips for me that I would have never had the time to do myself. It's what an amazing event this is. And what great people I'm meeting so far, like yourself.
Yeah, because we make content and we are teacher in that moment. But sometimes we forgot we have to be student too.
Yes.
We had a lot of things to learn, so then we can teach these things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Every teacher always started out by being a student, right?
Yeah.
And every successful teacher remains a student for all of their lives.
Again, this is the guy.
I'm giving you these viral clips, man. That's what I'm here for. I was a teacher for 20 years. So that is my philosophy, that I'm always a student first.
Yeah.
And I learn not only from the world, but from my students, from my classrooms, from the content and the feedback that I get.
Yeah, I'm a math teacher. Yeah, I'm a teacher before a content creator.
Yeah.
So,
We have a lot in common.
yeah, exactly. And I always, when I'm creating something for internet, I'm still a teacher in that moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when the camera is on, is to teach someone something. Is this. Yeah. Tell me a little bit about your show.
Oh, okay. Well, it is a teaching and learning show, actually. I've been acting for about 20 years, and I always get a lot of questions DM'd to me about the industry, about how to not only how to break into it, but from all different levels of actors, beginners, intermediate, professionals, how do you do this? How did you get that? So I get a lot of the same questions. So instead of answering those questions individual to the people, which I used to do, I started to answer them on social media. And then that turned to me creating my own show and taking my knowledge and experience even further by interviewing guests who and have more experience than I do. So I'm a little selfish because the show actually helps me a lot too. So yeah, we kind of hack the industry, the entertainment industry, by sharing our experiences and sharing our knowledge with actors, directors, producers, and everyone in the entertainment industry.
Yeah. We as a teacher, when we make a content for as a video, we are putting our knowledge in that piece. And that piece of content will be there forever.
Yes.
It's I think it's something like a legacy.
Yeah, and there's a lot of responsibility in that too.
Exactly.
You have to make sure that you're accurate, right? And you more so have to make sure that if you're not accurate, to take responsibility, right? And make sure that you're correcting yourself when you need to as well. Be humble and know that one person cannot know everything, or it cannot be accurate 100% of the time. But taking responsibility for mistakes as well is a huge thing.
Yeah. People think that there is some kind of content that it's impossible to make as a podcast. Because when we are in a podcast, I think the audio is the most important. So sometimes people are watching a video and listening, but sometimes only listening in the car. And your content is for actors. So people can think, well, wow, it's not possible to make a podcast, and explain people how even this kind of content is possible to make a podcast.
Yeah. It's, that's the challenge, right? It's how to translate into audio, right? A largely visual medium, how to translate that into audio. And I think we do a good job of it. And we also do have a YouTube channel. So as I speak with my hands all the time, you can see me flailing and expressing and emoting on our YouTube channel as well.
Sure, yeah. Nowadays, people can decide if you will watch a video or only listen something. And with this kind of content, it's possible to do this. And your podcast is a weekly. Is it weekly?
It's so I do everything from A to Z. Absolutely everything. I book all the guests. I do all the audio recording. I do all the three camera video.
One man show. Recording. Do everything.
All the editing, all the publishing, all the social media. So everything. So I would love for it to be weekly, but as you know,
sometimes it's hard. Yeah,
it takes a lot. So,
yeah.
I've been monthly, pretty consistent. So every month an episode will come out. If anyone wants to volunteer to take one of these jobs, editing, shooting, directing, booking, I'm totally open.
Oh man, nice. And let me ask you about money. How can you monetize your project?
That, I think, is a huge reason why I'm here at Podfest, because I do want to find out ways. I do have some sponsors that I'm very proud of. I live in Buffalo, New York, so I have a local agency, Bison Insurance, that is very involved in what I'm doing and very supportive. And I also have another sponsor who is called Casting Buffalo, and they're in the entertainment industry. They cast actors and entertainers for local and national and international videos, commercials, movies, documentaries, you name it. So it's nice to have them on my side. Now, how did I get them on my side? Well, I've been fortunate enough to be working with these people in other capacities for years and years and years. So they know me, they trust me, and they are lovingly supporting me in everything that I do. So I'm very fortunate to have them.
Yeah, so the podcast for you, it's not the total business. It's a piece of your business. It's part of your business. And I think it's the most strategic way to use a podcast.
Yeah, for sure. Not only is it its own entity, but it does complement everything else that I do.
Exactly.
And some of the benefits that I've gotten out of it were that it's like a huge networking event in itself. You know, you have a guest on, you get to know that person, you get to connect like we're connecting right now. And I feel that you and I, who just met randomly right now, will be in contact for years and years and years to come. So that's a very positive aspect of doing a podcast.
Okay, and what are your goals for 2024? What do you expect of this podcast until the end of this year?
Yeah. So for the Actorsphere podcast, we just hit 100 downloads. It's new, but that's a pretty great milestone. Right before, as I was boarding the plane, Buzzsprout sent me, "Hey, congratulations, you got 100 downloads," and that was a pretty good feeling. On my way to Podfest. So one of my goals is to double that in the first 6 months. And I would like to reach more and more people and share the knowledge and share the experience that I have, because it's one of my passions. Teaching is one of my passions, sharing my experience. I want to make sure that everybody who is coming up in the entertainment industry has all of the tools that they can possibly need, and that I can possibly share and my guests can share.
Thank you, Paul, for your time here. And tell for everybody here where they can find you.
Yes, you can find my acting page on Instagram, and that's at Paul Spitale. That's PaulSpitale. You can also find the Actorsphere podcast on Instagram. It's actorsphere.podcast. So ACTORSPHERT. I did that on the beat. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
I'm also a drummer, so beat is very important.
Thank you guys for coming. Thank you for your time. See you in the next episode.